Eagles win the tip. Cole Long, just like your runner-up, Dave. A confidence booster to start the game with a layup. But
nice little action there. They needed to. You really wanted maybe one dribble as opposed to 2 dribbles. Nice
Anderson, backdoor, lovely cut there. Closeouts with punch dribbles and moving the ball along.
Absolutely, yeah. We got Cam Holden now in the middle, in the post. Great play by Maceo Jack. Burden wants someone to tell him that Cameron Holden's coming there, you know. Didn't get that.
Holden doing what he does best, getting in the teeth of the defense, but again, Jack. All locked up at 4 in the early affair here in Newcastle as Burden. Here's Holt. Long, going with his signature step back from the top of the key, can't connect. Terrific rookie season for the other side. Owen McCormick, second best three-point shooter in the league, is Conway with a lovely drop-off.
That's a
nice pass by Anderson. Brody going the opposite way.
That's a strange move by Brody. You thought he maybe could have finished that at the rim earlier without needing to go back. Holden again being aggressive.
Holden in attack mode, loves the matchup there, takes advantage. 4:30 remaining here in the first quarter. Flyers lead by 1 as Taylor going with the inside hand jelly.
Bristol aren't helping off that at all.
Great finish there by Taylor.
Owen McCormick in the game now, looking to post up Dion Hammond.
Owen McCormick, Flyers on the run. Maintaining a 1-point lead. Here's Anderson. Ball screen action with Holden. Anderson. The struggles. The only thing I can point the finger to is the lack of shooting from the outside.
That's another great cut by Will Yoakum there.
Nevertheless, Flyers back in the half court. John Brown coming off an injury. Back into the lineup. Holden again. Aggressive mindset, carving up the Eagles' defense. Del Pesh, Evan Wash, just signed recently for the Flyers, have brought them a spark there, a much-needed spark.
We also, we're having to see something from Newcastle here.
A turnover. Brown, hold on.
Whoa, what a play by Jonathan Brown. He got up there.
Great ball movement. Taylor from outside corner, and that's more like it.
Yeah, Taylor's the one guy who seems to have the composure to look to knock down shots, you know.
His roots.
They switch.
After a fantastic season with Manchester last season, Walsh, 4 on the shot clock. Long, great defense. On the road in Latvia, 16 made threes. But tonight, getting it done inside as Taylor goes back-to-back from downtown. Currently down by 8, Taylor. 6 points off the bench early. 8 points, excuse me. In the corner, Okafor at the buzzer. Yes!
That's true. That's true.
Well, here we go. Taylor again going straight back to business, already in double figures. After a rough game here a week ago against the London Lions. Nice, another backdoor cut.
Brody made a good roll to get to the layup.
Flyers up 5. Okafor from the opposite wing going back-to-back from 3.
Both probably 4s. But Okafor is using his body to guard Brody at the 5.
And another backdoor cut. This time it's Anderson. Flyers looking to get a stop. Burden getting inside the paint, finding Taylor, who's 2 for 2 on the night, make it 3 for 3.
Again, Burden gets in the paint.
After starting Cole from the outside as the Newcastle bench, as Okafor and Taylor are 5 for 5 from beyond the arc. And here is Holden.
To his left, it was a bucket from the moment you saw it.
Burden turns on the Jets.
Yeah, that was Brody wasn't guarding the basket there. Brody was dragged away from the basket.
Brody looking for the mismatch. Again, it's Holden, sees a double, sees a shooter in the corner. This time it's Anderson, blocked by Cole Long. VP at the rim.
But now Cheshire,
3-on-2 opportunity here. Here's Yoakum. Out to Anderson. Slices and dices himself to the rim.
Yeah.
Anderson playing ball screen action with Brody. Greatly defended by the Eagles, but Brody just muscles his way inside.
It's a great duck in there.
Here's Long. Newcastle looking to go back inside. Dribble handoff action to Taylor. Going back to Conway, who gets fouled in only 10 minutes. Anderson from the left wing. Bristol Flyers lead balloons back up to 8. Taylor with the scoop in his bag.
Anderson's made a great play and knocks down. Oh, no, doesn't knock down the three.
Here's Long. Burton with the Jets. Anderson, great finish by Burton. Fortunate on that possession there. Anderson this time going inside. Conway says, give me that. Cole Long, 2-on-1 opportunity with Taylor, steps around. That's a great point because basketball has evolved. 10 years ago, it was more players inside the paint. So you didn't see that call regularly as Holden. Lovely touch inside.
Look, there's an aggressive attack there by Maceo Jack, and looks like, so here they reached in Cam Holden. Maceo attacks off the dribble.
To Zachary Anderson, on Hammond. Wouldn't say that that's a size advantage, but nevertheless, he gets it done anyway. Spins back inside, can't finish. Great defense there by Anderson.
Yeah, good defense, but Conway had a layup there. He has to make that shot. That's an area for growth that he needs to get to. Zach Anderson, the three-point line.
Well, that's a guy you don't want to leave open 49% of the season. You can
hold on Mitch Clark again in the post.
Looking to bread his butter. This time he can't, but again.
At the beginning of the half-time.
Here's Hammond. Heavily contested jumper cash. There's Holden. Seeing off the double. There goes the cut. Yoakum can't.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what scheme has Burden under the basket.
Specifically from that spot, if you're going to send a double at Hold'em, it needs to be on the left block, not that high up as Taylor and Eagles back-to-back threes.
Yeah, Eagles got the switch. Brody switched on to Taylor.
Offensively, but need to gobble up some stops here if they're going to get back in here. Anderson to Brody, who fires it up here in the third quarter. Starting to warm up offensively as Burden gets inside, drops it off to Conway.
Yeah, it's again Burden getting in the paint, made the big make a decision, and Conway dropping it in.
Anderson with the midi. Conway.
So you prefer how Brody making that shot than holding on the block, you know?
Taylor almost loses it. Conway, top of the key, doesn't shoot many, but chalk it up. They like this matchup here. They go to it. Okafor sprays it out to Hammond, who looks to connect, and he does. Shot clock winding down.
No, they've reset it. I don't know why they reset the shot clock. I didn't think that hit the rim. Thought it might have been a foul, but it didn't hit the rim.
Eagles fortunate there. Here's McCormick.
With a great job by.
Instead, we're tied. Game starting to heat up as Okafor. Flyers all of a sudden find themselves down by 3. Holden getting to his spot, but it's off the dribble. Touches it up to Del Pesh.
Yeah.
And temporarily quiets the crowd. Hammond flips it over to Okafor.
Oh,
nice spray out to Jack in the opposite corner, and Jack laces it up.
He's now back in the game to guard Brody, so they're matching up size by size.
Here's Clark, dumps it off to Conway. That shot you talked about early in the game, that next step of development for Conway. Nothing easy. Defense has been stifling here in the second half. Only 8 points conceded as Anderson looking to change things.
An entry pass into an offense, and then that discombobulates your defense because everybody's thinking we should be playing at this end and not this end.
There in the first half, Eagles.
So it's now 10 seconds on the shot clock by the time they're in their offense, you see. So now it's tough that you got Maceo Jack the ball.
Jack can't finish through contact. Bristol.
He has to finish off 2 feet there, you know, and Evan Walsh is going to attack.
There's Walsh doing what he does best, and that's why they brought him here.
Now we're into a slugfest. 5 minutes to go, 62-61.
Oh, as we begin to enter clutch time, looks like this game is going down to the wire. Anderson, no look past Del Pesh.
Walsh there, he closed out the 3, but he's able to stay in front of Hammond. And Newcastle now had a drought as well.
Well, Anderson with the rainbow 3, and the Bristol Flyers up by 4 as Anderson knocks it down.
The game changes. Dion Hammond was upset that Cameron Holden made that shot. He thought he got a lucky bounce, but that was Cameron Holden going to the middle, you know. So Joe Anderson relocates there, makes a tough shot. Now, Bristol have already had a foot warning, and he fell over there, so they got a bit lucky with that. And Dion Hammond's thinking I played good defense there, but that's Cameron Holden's.
Whoa. He must have spoke words to the coach as he enters a scorer's table. Nice cut there from Okafor, runs into a wall, and another This is where Holden is lethal. On the left block, hooks it up, and it rolls in. And the Bristol Flyers, ball tipped around, Taylor receives it. Shot clock at 10, Okafor diving inside, Hammond scoops around, and a much-needed basket from the Eagles.
That was Okafor high screen for Burden to Okafor. He's shooting that one. A great block shot by Zach Anderson comes out and blocks the shot.
Over the Walsh, who's been poised and terrific here defensively in the fourth. Over the top to Del Pesh, who finishes it with the left. And Evan Walsh stepped up for the Flyers.
Yeah, they just made a great screen and roll play there.
Hammond getting back downhill. Eagles needing
finally
that.
Newcastle get into the paint now. It's a 4-point game with 1:14 to go. So they
seconds here. Eagles got a foul, and they got a foul quick. Hammond. Eagles taking their time. Walsh scoops it up, and the Newcastle Eagles, what are they thinking?
But this has all been about adjustment, you know, this game. And Newcastle made the adjustment, calling, you know, too much ticky-tack stuff. And Newcastle are looking to get a 3-point shot off.
Well, they free up Hammond from deep.
Whoa,
boy, did they need that. But
it'll be the same play. We'll see how they defend it this time. They switched it this time.
I would probably go back to Joe Anderson. Hamilton comes up with the steal. Eagles with an opportunity. Okafor, 3 seconds.
Taylor for the three.
Taylor ties it up. Great shot. Taylor, my goodness. Here with 1.4 seconds. Bristol still with opportunity. John Brown from half court. And that's how things will conclude. What a turn of events for the Newcastle Eagles. Wow.
Equalised. And Alf Ramsey, the manager there, Sir Alf Ramsey, said to his fans, said to his players in the timeout, gentlemen.
As we have free basketball here in Newcastle.
So we've got Owen McCormack there. Oh, look like he travelled there. Cool, long, great block.
Bristol Flyers. Evan Walsh so good in that fourth quarter.
No, we're down to Joe Anderson.
5 on the clock. Crosses up Conway. Gets in the paint. Flips it up off the glass and it rolls in. Anderson getting inside the paint again. Slices, dices, finishes with the left hand, and Anderson picked nearly. Nowhere to go. Finds Jack somehow, some way, and Maceo Jack sticks it. For the Flyers, you got to get the ball back into Anderson's hands.
Absolutely, yeah.
Walsh over the top to McCormick. Nice pass, and Walsh has been terrific here tonight. Over to Okafor.
No paint touches yet for Newcastle, though.
Okafor. Not sure that's the type of shot you want, but Okafor says, take that.
There's a lot of individual plays being made here. Now, can they guard Joe Anderson?
Big-time players stepping up in big moments, and somehow they lead McCormick again. Lead by 2. Anderson.
Eagles have switched. McCormack's going in the paint.
McCormick getting downhill on long and finishes it. And Anderson.
They haven't managed to get the ball out of his hands with any degree of rotation at all to allow for secondary help.
Making up for that missed free throw as Hammond gets inside with the left-hand scoop. Well, somehow Jack left wide open from the wing and buries it. And here we go again. Looking to work inside Jack. Eagles
it's tough
offense.
Shots.
And
that's sorry, but that offense is Jonathan Brown. So
74% on the season. No too bigger than these, and he calmly knocks it down. Spins around, loses his footing, flips it up from the 3, and the Bristol Flyers escape.
Well, I think what Mark Stewart is furious about is that on the rebound, Gus Okafor